Hello, welcome to JIBRIN Angle on OWELEKETV. My name is JIBRIN, and this is my angle. Let me play to you a video, and thereafter I will come back to comment on it. Okay, let's go.
Take a job. I just call and listen to me, Sheo. From now on, we are no longer going to keep quiet for people who just think they can insult Bola Tinubu. Bola Tinubu in the Southwest is the apple of our eye. And
even when he does wrong,
he's not doing wrong. He's not doing wrong.
But things are not not looking well.
They will look well because we know him.
How do we then when things are not going right? And so now I've just told you,
it's a reformer.
Just a moment. Some of us believe so much in this country, we kept quiet, and those who kept quiet, just for a moment. Yes. I mean, your belief, you can measure the intensity of your belief. I can measure my own intensity of my belief.
So
in the Nigerian project. No, but the question I'm asking that, when people had believed in past presidents and past leaders, and we found that we woke up one day and we saw that our nation was on the ground, should we still keep quiet with the benefit of experience?
Nobody's asking everybody to keep quiet, but listen to.
Okay, I don't know. For those of you who don't know him, that was Doyin Okupe, right? For those of you who know him. For those of you who don't know him, yes, it was Doyin Okupe's voice. In case you cannot remember, you don't know, or you can't remember, or you cannot recollect, Doyin Okupe, this man that just spoke on the video I played, was the DG, Director General for Obi campaign, presidential campaign. He was one time a senior assistant, senior assistant to former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Before I go, I make my comment. We have this guy, Doyin Okupe, as one of the kitchen cabinets of Obasanjo then. We had this crazy guy, what's his name? Femi Fani-Kayode. Other than these two people, honestly, I'm surprised, because I'm surprised these two people were actually found in Obasanjo's regime. Because Obasanjo is someone who so much believed or believes in technocrats, people who are intelligent, people who are loyal, people who can actually walk their talk and talk their walk. For these two mediocres, these two sycophants, these two praise singers to be found in Obasanjo's regime, it's surprising to me, because Obasanjo, throughout since these are the democratic sham, the democracy sham, this government, this current government system called democracy, since the advent of it, sorry for this mumbling, since the advent of this democratic dispensation, there is no regime, there is no administration that had the best set of performers or administrative members as Obasanjo. Obasanjo had the best. CBN governor was Soludo, finance minister with Okonjo-Iweala, obviously Ministry for Solid Minerals, Nenadi Usman later again for, I think, Minister for States, Finance. We had Dora Akunyili, NAFDAC, and eventually became what minister again? I think Minister for, I've forgotten the Minister for Island Information, I've forgotten. And we had Rufais them then. From DG to Minister for Federal Capital Territory, and who again is significant in that? Yeah, we have them. Obasanjo's regime was loaded with a whole good guys and ladies. especially the ladies, actually. So now, for such people, I don't know if, anyway, Obasanjo actually defined Femi Fani-Kayode in the past, who he truly is. But Doyin Okupe, okay, yes, I think I'm just recollecting now when he was a senior advisor to Obasanjo. Yes, I think he sounded like a sycophant, but I didn't expect him to be this shameless. Now, let me come down. That leads me to talking about him directly now. Now, I had mixed feelings or mixed thoughts concerning this when I saw this video, when I watched him. I watched this video over and over again, more than about 4 or 5 times. I was trying to actually study, trying to actually review his countenance, his body language while he was making this comment, because I needed to know why the 180 degree. Yes, he's not that, even during Obasanjo time, I remember, I think he sounded like a sycophant. There's no doubt about that. But not this kind of politics, or not this kind of personality. For someone to have a 180 degree, this man was a DG Obi campaign, Obi Dati campaign, presidential campaign. For him to, in 1 year and a half or whatever, about thereabout, to make a 180 degree to an opposition party that is a devil incarnate. Honestly, there are two things. Like I said, I have mixed thoughts on this. One or two different thoughts. One possibility is that this man is either under blackmail by the Tinubu government. Blackmail in the sense, why I'm talking about blackmail, I don't know, for some of you who can remember during the 2023 election, when he was a DG, actually he resigned from being the DG of Obi Dati campaign because of an allegation. I think there was an allegation against him, something that had to do with the EFCC and so on. I don't know what happened. The whole thing, everything went underground, so we didn't hear anything about it. Maybe you had. In case you hear, please just send me a message in the message tab and enlighten me on that. But the last we knew about it was he had issue with EFCC and he resigned, and that was it, sort of. And so I suspect it's either that the government of the day is using whatever the EFCC had or has against him to blackmail him into submission, or he is what I think he is, the typical Nigerian politician who is shameless and does not care about image, but only cares about what comes to the table or what is on his table. That is just the real, because this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. 180 degree for you to be this kind, for you to sing praises on Tinubu this way. Oh my God. For you to even go attacking people who are speaking against him. It is obviously something, it is off the chart. Now, he's not the first person. Now, I think he's the third person among those that were ardent Tinubu's enemy, political enemies. It was the band Daniel Bwala, who first of all did a 180 degree. And he even got to the extent of visiting Tinubu himself. And the second one was, what's his name? Omokri, this crazy guy that keeps peddling to the conspiracy theory. Omokri, they did the same thing, 180 degree. Remember, both Omokri and Bwala were Atiku's surrogate. In fact, Bola was closer to Atiku because he was actually Atiku's spokesperson, the presidential candidate of PDP. He was his spokesperson during the 2023 presidential cycle election. And yeah, these two political prostitutes, actually, they eventually decided to cave in to their usual prostitution. It's so unfortunate, honestly. Now now here we have a Labour Party. Remember when this man became the DG or whatever, I saw all the sincerity in him. In fact, I was surprised that because he was Doyin Okupe is supposed to be part of the establishment. I was surprised for him to switch over to Labour Party because Doyin Okupe, they were all founding members of PDP. So when he actually switched to Labour Party, I was shocked actually, but I saw sincerity in him. And when especially when he became the DG, I saw sincerity in him. I thought he turned a new leaf, actually. My God. As they always say, leopard doesn't lose its spots and can never lose its spots. That is exactly what these people are. The average Nigerian politicians, they are so shameless. They don't have scruples. They are so irresponsible, indecent in everything they do. They don't care. It's just about the money. No decorum at all. No principles. They lack morality. They lack moral uprightness. Not even an iota of it. Their conscience their conscience has been seared. They have become so insensitive to public opinion. Their image, they don't care about what image they have anymore. And I don't understand. This man is an elderly man. What is it? I think it should be either in his 70s or thereabout. It should be in his 70s. If not late 70s. For God's sake, what are these people looking for? What are they looking for? This is, honestly, it is surprising. So crazy, honestly. Nigeria. Honestly, it is so sad that we have gotten to a point where this saying that goes, if you can't beat them, you join them, has become the order of the day. People who do that are people who lack integrity and principle. I'm not in that school of thought. I rather, anyway, it's not about myself, but that is just the reality. It is so sad that we can't find politicians who are courageous, who can actually do the right thing and be the right person. It is so sad. It is so sad and irritating. And this is one of the reasons why I say that democracy for Nigeria is a sham. For Nigeria and in Nigeria is a sham. It is not working. This is not the kind of this is not the West sold democracy to us. It is alien to us. We bought this democracy regardless of whether it fits in, we can fit into this system or not. This democracy is a Western way of governance. It belongs to them, not Nigeria. Because we are not acting it. It is not working. It is getting worse. From Obasanjo's time to Yar'Adua to Jonathan to Buhari to now this worst of a president who didn't even win the election, for God's sake. In the history of Nigeria, is the one that has the lowest number of voters, people who voted for him. Yet he bulldozed himself his way to presidency. It is so sad.